Okay, good night, everybody. Last squad on the day. It's a hell of a day. It's been a long day. Tomorrow is going to be long as well. Actually, tomorrow we're going to start even a little sooner. First squad, 8 o'clock in the morning, Central European time. That's going to be like 2 a.m. in Orlando or East Coast. Uh, 11 p.m. should be for those who are on the West Coast in the United States. We are live on Helsingborg, Sweden. PBA Swedish Stop Tour. This is a PBA official tournament, the only one happening outside the United States. And it's called the Storm Lucky Larsen's Masters 2025. Previous squad, unbelievable scoring, 244 over. Actually, the first series over 1400. Only Ethan Fury was doing quite good with couple of squads of 1380, 1390, but Trevor Jones, it was sorry, Trevor Roberts. Nah, I don't remember anymore. Too many names, but Trevor for sure. He did unbelievable. 244 over. He was superb bowling all the squad. He was doing really good. He was striking where no one else could do. Actually, the second highest score on that particular squad was 1270. So that tells you he was nearly 30 pins higher average than anyone else. That was freaking insane. We had some fun on the previous squad. We had Ryan Burns with us on the streaming. He was very fun talking to Ryan. He had a lot of, I think he had a lot of fun also talking with us, interacting with everybody on the chat. We were pretty lucky to have Walter Ray jumping in and giving us a little bit of his world-class view and perspective. People was able to ask him a few things. Walter was so kind to answer to every one of them. And now we are back in action. It's the last squad of the day. We have 9 bowlers above par at the moment. The leading one is Dan Agerbo from Denmark with a game of 252. Number 2 is Theo from France, 232. Then we find Klaas Hallström with 230. Dennis from Germany, 225. And then we have Tobias, Denmark, 210. Emil from Sweden, 207. Matthias, Denmark, 202. Lucas Bannonen, 202. And Carl Eklund, 201. Second game, people doing okay. If you connect to the cameras on 17 and 18, 19 and 20, we can find Eric Jones on his way to shoot. If he strikes a couple more, he's going to make a 270 game for a total score of 469. Oh, was a little bit grippy, but oh, look at that. He's got the Brooklyn. And sometimes you need to have a little bit of luck. He's waving his hand to somebody in the crowd, so it was a happy shot for him. One more, he's going to be on 270 on this game. Let's see who else do we have on the lanes. We have some. I'm going to go lane by lane, so I'll let you know. Lane 1, 2, Nico Olsson, Maris Martin, Jarni Martinez, Victoria Johansson. Lanes 3 and 4, Yoshi, Kilian Jonsson, Carl Eklund, Thomas Kaiko. That's a good couple you may want to follow. Carl Eklund, super talented young kid from Sweden. Thomas Kaiko, Finnish guy, bowling on the PBA quite often. Then we have on lane 5 and 6, we find there Jamie Hickey from Gibraltar. He made all the way up to Sweden to make his debut on a big event. We wish him the best, obviously. Very humble, kind guy. Then we go to lane 6, Quentin Diro, Robin Phillip. Lane 7 and 8, that's another quite interesting pairing over there. We have Ernesto Reynoso from United States, super talented young kid. And Mario Del Gaudio, who has been doing quite okay during the whole week, fighting along. Lane 8, we can find Stelios and Cristian Azcona from Puerto Rico. All the way to lane 9, 10, we find Kevin V. Andersson, Svavar Gudjonsson, Kenzo, and also Dan on lane 10, Ostergaard. Lane 11 and 12, another PBA bowler, AJ Johnson, on his way to shoot 237. He's just shooting the 12 frame. Let's see what he gets. Okay, he gets 8, so 235 for a total score of 427. Bowling with AJ, we have Matthias Ankerdal. Lane 12, we can find Thomas K. It's a little bit small for me from that far away. Let me wake up. Sorry, stand up. Tobias K. Bright, 248 for a total of 458. Bowling with Tobias, we have Jonas Dons. By taking a spare, he would go all the way to 200. Moving on, lanes 13 and 14, 15 and 16. Magnus Gudmundsson, Emil Beck, Magnus Mittet, and Jesper Schjelland. 15 and 16, United States, Yannick Ross, and Finland, Lukas Bananen. Lane 16, Erik Larsen, Ben Robinson. All the way to 17 and 18, David Giantomasi or David Giantomasi. Eric Jones just shot 268 for a total of 467. We go to lane 18, French guy, Gregory Rius, Nikolai Maya or Malia. 19 and 20, Klaas Hertström, Timo Schong, and lane 20, Andrew Hall and Dennis Grunhen. So a lot of action, a lot of games going on already. A little bit of early transition on this squad. We can start to see some people already doing a little bit of gestures with their hands and their arms. The lanes are not easy. The pattern is quite demanding despite the amazing score that we had on the previous squad. As I said before, 1444. It was the first, actually the first squad where anybody shot above 1400. It was really impressive to witness. I'm gonna go back again. So it was Trevor Roberts with 1444. He had games of 236, 289, 214, 237, 223, 245. 174 pins more than the second on his squad. An amazing performance. And I'm not gonna get tired of mentioning it because it was truly impressive. Now, the cut at the moment, it's at 86 over. We have yet this one last squat today and 4 more squats tomorrow. So we can expect it to go a little bit higher. There's still quite a big amount of big names out there who have yet not made that score. We could say AJ Johnson, a few other American bowlers yet to produce a high scoring. Some of the Team Sweden guys are also a little bit short into the score. And if we talk about the top 25, which is giving you a pass directly to the second step in the final, at the moment the score is 13-12, and that's for the Swedish guy Anton Ahlgren. Just a couple of pins ahead of him is Iceland Arnar Johnson. If we keep going down, we're gonna see on those who are not already qualified, but they have a couple of spots for under 21, a couple of spots for seniors, a couple of spots for the girls, and 4 from the early birds, and the 2 turbos. It's a lot of people going into the final. So early bird at the moment, Zacharias Lindqvist, 1285. Martin Larsen, 1285. Is he going to be the lucky Larsen then? 1279 for William Berggren and 1264 for Anders Thorben. Then when we go and check on the scores on the seniors, Martin Paulsen remains in the lead with 1229. Oscar Brostrom, he just made a high comeback. He just stood in front of the Peter Lung. He had 1150. Now Oscar Brostrom has 1193. Under 21, Wilmer Fanstrom, 12.53, and Robin Norberg, 12.51. And in the girls division, we find Nora Johansson with 12.34 and Pepi Konstadi with 12.28. Now, if we talk about the turbos, highest game on games 5 and game 6. On game 5, we find Noel Strandman with 277. And on game 6, we find the Finnish guy, Juhani Tonteri with 275. So it's going to be 55 bowlers bowling on the final. Top 24, top 25 directly into step 1. Some big names out of the final. We can see Jarno Latti, Thomas Kaiko, Dominic Barrett, Adam Anderson, AJ Johnson, Jesper Svensson, Gary Haynes, Victor Backe, Carl Eklund, Emma Haltunen, Ocean Kinari, Ernesto Reynoso, Gregory Reeves, Christian Azcona, Kyle Troop with 12.17, Lucas Jelinek from Czech Republic, Mario Del Gaudio from Italy, Max Lorenz from Germany, Carl Walgreen, but Carl is already qualified since he won the last PBA regional, so he's going to be also on the final. So as you can see, it's quite many big names over there, quite super talented bowlers that still not qualified. And welcome to the PBA, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you get when you try to beat the toughest competitors in the planet, and one of the toughest parents we have seen lately, for sure, in the European zone. Quite interesting to see what will go on tomorrow. 4 more squads to go, and let's also see what goes on this squad today. Now I'm gonna go on for at least a couple more games before I conclude my commentary for today, since tomorrow the first squad is 8 o'clock in the morning, which means we have to wake up pretty early, and we are gonna hit the bed pretty late, and pretty soon there won't be enough caffeine in town to keep us all awake, because it's quite a bunch of us who are doing many hours in the bowling alley, and the event started last Thursday. So yeah, we're not yet running out of fuel, but we want to stay awake and sharp for what's yet to come, which is the last day of qualifying rounds, and especially the super final on Sunday, which is going to be also quite a long day. I'm going to let you know the timings for Sunday. Step 1, 8 o'clock in the morning. Step 2, 11 in the morning. Step 3, 20 to 3. Step 4, approximately 4:30 in the afternoon. And semifinals 7:30, and the finals 8:30. After that, we're going to have the prize ceremony, and probably we're going to have a little bit of fun in the bowling alley. So I'm going to be ending my weekend by performing some music as a DJ. So yes, it's gonna be a long week. It's gonna be long time, and on Monday it's gonna be very hard to wake up and jump out of bed. It's not gonna be easy. Now, since I'm talking to all of you watching, I'm gonna kindly ask you to subscribe into our YouTube channel. That's gonna help us keep everything as it is at the moment, 100% free. It's gonna help the algorithm support the channel. It's gonna help YouTube support us a little bit more, and that way we can keep on going with this big idea of being able to show you the best bowling in the world absolutely for free wherever you are. I mean, we want to promote the sport, we want to make the sport bigger, and nothing is easier than showing it to everybody anywhere in the world. Uh, those who were not watching on the previous squad, we spent quite some time with Ryan Barnes on the streaming. It was really fun. Very amazing bowler, but especially such a wonderful kid. Linda and Chris did a wonderful job with Ryan, not only on the lanes but off the lanes. He had a lot of fun as well. He told me already that probably he's going to try to sneak out a little bit of time tomorrow to pass some time in the sitting by my side and do a little bit more of streaming. So make sure to come back tomorrow and don't leave us yet, but come back again tomorrow and follow all the action. Now, people starting game 3. So pretty soon we're gonna have a score update and I'll let you know what goes on. I see 467 for Eric Jones. I see 476 for Dane A. Ostergaard. 458 for Tobias K. Bright. 414 for Lucas Baananen. No, that's already some score from this game. 427 for AJ Johnson. And pretty much everyone else, it's on the 300s. So at the moment, it's not a very high scoring squad, but it's 4 games to go. It's a lot of action to go, and anything can happen. Oh yeah. Lane 3, Christian Azcona, he had some issues with the approach. He got quite stuck over there, and it's exactly at the same spot where Oscar had some issues on the previous squad, on that separation between lane 1 and 2. For some reason, they seem to get a little bit stuck over there. See, he's checking on there, see what went on, see what happened. Yes, that's where you got stuck. Oh, exactly, in the line over there. AB, she's asking me who played plus 244. It was uh, Trevor Roberts, right? Yeah, yeah, Trevor Roberts. I keep forgetting his surname. For me, it's just Trevor because he's very kind to talk to. Yes, Trevor Roberts. Gonna tell you his score again: 1444, 236, 289, 214, 237, 223, and 245. Number 2 and overall it's Ethan Fury with 1393. Oh, thank you, Darren. Subscribe, so thank you. Lovely. And here we have the scores for second game. At the moment we have 9 people above par. Number 1, Dan Agerbo from Denmark, 476. Eric Jones, 467 with 268 on game 2. Number 3, Denmark, Tobias Bright with 458. Number 4, Klaas Hallstrom, 431. Number 5, Dennis from Germany, 430. Number 6, AJ Johnson, 427. Number 7, Lucas Baananen, 414. Number 8, Belgium, Kenzo Boig. Oh, that's not easy. Bogaerts. Yeah, Bogaerts, 405. And number 9, Matthias Ankerdal with 401. You can sense it's a night squad. I'm a little bit more quiet than I've been on the previous ones. But when you're talking for 13 hours, you tend to end up running short on words. So if you guys want to ask anything on the online chats or you want to do any comments, go ahead, be a part of the transmission, be a part of the show. And at the moment, I'm just watching around. I see some strike going on lanes 1 and 2. We have Robin Phillip with the front three. David Jan Tomasi started with an open frame, but now he made three strikes. Lanes 7 and 8, Tobias K. Bright, spare double, Jonas Dons, double, 9 spare. Well, I'm guessing he's going to take the spare. Yes, he does. Uh, Lanes 11 and 12, we find Mario Del Gaudio also, front two. And not many more doubles. Um, it's late at night. Many of these bowlers have been bowling all day long. Many have been bowling many squats. It's a little bit late for bowling when you have been in the bowling alley for many, many hours. So obviously it's not easy, and it's a combination of many factors. Energy going down, patience running low, tough pattern, and on the top of it, game 3 transition is really hitting the lanes at the moment. So you can see a lot of people with not the happiest body language. Okay, I'm gonna try to focus on the top 4, top 5, perhaps top 6, since AJ Johnson is in top 6. Um, let's see, Dan Agerbo, 476. Let me find Dan and let you know how he's doing. Dan Agerbo, where are you? Yes, Dan. No, yeah, Dan Agbo Ostergaard. So he's bowling on lanes 3 and 4. He's number 2 on, no, sorry, lanes 5, 6. He's number 2 on lane 5. He started with strike, strike, 7 spare, strike. So it's doing okay. Tobias K. Bride was also somewhere with quite a good score, and he starts with spare and 3 in a row. Eric Jones had 467. Let me find Eric. Yes, lane 1 and 2. Spare strike, 9 spare, 9 spare, 9 spare. AJ Johnson, 427, is a couple of open frames on the same lane actually. He start 9 spare, strike, 6-3, strike, 8-1. AJ has been having a lot of issues on games 3 and 4. For some reason, he's hitting the same ball over and over again, but it's definitely not AJ's fault. I remember a couple of years ago, Marshall Ken was also bowling this band. He had to bowl 14 squads. When I asked him about it, he kept telling me that it was pretty tough. He was following the wrong people, and indeed, that is a big factor on these conditions when the lanes are burning up quite quickly. You are depending a lot on what's happening with the people who bowled on those lanes before. Niklas Sjöström, är det högre slängiga i någon del av hallen? Not really. At the moment, lane 1, we have Robin Phillip with front 5. So if you connect on the cameras on lane 1 and 2, but it's very, very demanding. It's quite a difficult pattern. It's not easy for nobody. I haven't seen anybody feel. Actually, if I'm honest, even Trevor, after he shot 1444, when I made the short interview, he said to myself, I've been doing squats of 1050, 1050. I wasn't sure what was going to work. He had a different plan strategy, obviously, as we have been talking about all week. what's working best is to have a very, very weak wrist and lower your rep rate. You definitely don't want to keep your rep rate high. Uh, Obviously, you don't want any strong balls, no asymmetrical balls, no tacky cover stocks. You want something that's going to help you cross the lanes no matter what. And yeah, this is the things that happen. For example, Robin Phillip, front five, lane two, he just missed a little bit to the right on his shot, and he gets three in the corner. So that shows you what I mean. It doesn't really matter how good you're doing. If you lose your focus for just a tiny moment, it becomes really, really difficult. Matusweski is asking, do you think Jesper Svensson will make the finals tomorrow? It's a very good question. I mean, if we talk about talent, he should make it 100%. And I mean 100%. If we talk about accuracy, we should make it, we should believe he's going to make it also pretty much 99 out of 100 times. But, and here comes the big but with gigantic capital letters. Uh, Jesper has a very, very high rep rate. So if he puts the reactive on play, he has to move quite deep inside. Uh, it's not his most comfortable area of bowling, I would say. But when he tries to bowl with the IQ 78, which he obviously dominates pretty much everywhere, he has to bowl quite close to that penalty zone. So it's very, very difficult to make a prediction. I believe, obviously, in terms of talent, you can expect him to do. And it's one of the best guys under pressure. So he should be able to do it. But as we have seen with some other bowlers, Kyle Troop, AJ Johnson, I mean, we are talking of PBA winners, potential major winners as well, and they find themselves quite low. We just said Kyle Troop highest score is 17 over. That's quite low for a guy like Kyle. Um, I believe it's quite many factors involved. So you need to find yourself like with a good start, so you don't get desperate too early. You need to be kind of lucky on the pairs you're gonna bowl on. You need to be lucky on the traffic you're gonna hit. You need to be a little bit lucky when you make those couple of bad shots. Sometimes you make a really bad shot and you get the nine spare. Sometimes you just make a little bit of a bad shot and you get a big split. So it's really, really very difficult to say. We are in Sweden. This is his hometown. He's the defending champion. So let's say yes. Let's believe in it. Yeah, we have to believe. We have to stay positive. So hopefully Jesper is going to succeed tomorrow and is going to make enough to get into the final. Maybe he's going to put on his brain and his mind that he really doesn't need to shoot 1400. He just probably wants to shoot 100 over, and if he stays focused on that, yeah, why not? Why not? We see more people talking. Sabi, he says, go Timo. Okay, which Timo are we talking about now? Mm. Oh, Timo Kong. I'm not sure. Is it Timo Kong or is it like Swedish? Timo Shong? Because oh, Koenig. Because I was looking up there, I couldn't see. Oh, my apologies. Yeah, Timo Koenig. He's a little bit in the suffering zone, we could say. 324 after two, and now he's got three open frames as well. So hopefully he recovers and at least he does a few higher games and he goes away tonight with a little bit of a better feeling and stays positive. He has to bowl again tomorrow. There's a lot of people on the waiting list. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people asking to bowl one more time. If we moved the final to Monday, we probably would have full squads on Sunday as well. It's quite demanding. But if we do that, a lot of people's going to lose the flight. No, no, we cannot do it. It's just hypothetical, crazy ideas from the Spanish guy. So, okay, let's have a look. Who's going to do okay on this game? We have Tobias K. Bright with a spare and a four bagger and another spare. But as soon as I open my mouth, something bad happens. He just leaves the 4-6. Crazy how that works, yeah. Maybe I should go to bed. What do you guys think? Should I go to bed and stop jinxing everybody over here? Imagine now I go to bed and five of them make it into the final, and everybody's gonna keep me quiet for the rest of the day. Okay, WB bowling class have started his third year as a two-hand. Okay, that's cool. So he was bowling one-handed before. Let me see him bowl and let me pay some attention. First, I have to find. Yeah, he's bowling on 3 and 4, right? Strike seven spare, strike seven spare, double. Uh, I'm gonna pay attention. So it's not easy to bowl two hands when you have been bowling one-handed. You really have to change your speed. You need to change quite a few things over there. That looked pretty good, I must say. It definitely has the speed on the legs. That's something I would never be able to achieve anymore. I'm too old for that. And it looked pretty good. That was quite a high swing as well. Now, let me see. Is he sparing two hands or one hand? I mean, if he was bowling one hand and he was good at sparing, I would have kept my sparing one hand. I've seen some other kids changing from one hand to two hand and they started sparing with two hands. But in my mind, sparing is a lot easier with one hand than two hands. Oh, Shan, are you okay? How you doing, buddy? Good spare, taking the temp in. It's nice to see. It's so many, and the new generation, they don't really put that much attention on sparing. They are used to strike so often that they forget. But yeah, it's always nice to see a young one being able to take his spares. Yeah, absolutely. Two hands is a big, big different timing. You need to run a lot more. You need to shorten up the approach, and obviously the swing is a lot shorter than when you bowl one hand. So we have a saying, I believe it's used in English as well. It's hard to teach tricks to an old dog. I'm a very old dog at the moment, so if I bowl more, I'm gonna have to carry on doing one hand. Uh, it's hard enough to bowl one hand to start bowling two hands. So, Yoki, since you are online, I've been asked just a couple of minutes ago, do I think if Jesper Svensson is going to make the finals tomorrow? You want to give us a go? It's not that I'm too quiet. I'm just looking at the scores, trying to find out. I see a couple of guys doing some strikes, like Andrew Hall on lanes 15 and 16, 9 spare, double, split, 8 spare, triple. It's gonna make the ninth frame at the moment on lane 15. Let's see if we can get the four bagger. There goes Andrew. Yes, he got the full bagger. It's looking pretty solid at the moment. Uh, Yoki, yes, I think so. Should be able to solve the lanes with his talent. Yeah, I expect that too. We have to stay positive. He's the defending champion, super talented bowler. Maybe it's a little bit tough because of the very little area, especially using the urethane. Is so powerful that it's not easy to move into the reactive. Okay, unfortunately, we have bad news. I just been informed that Christian Azcona, when he got stuck on lane 3 with his foot, he had to withdraw. He had to stop bowling. He had some pain in the back, and let me say that that's not good news. I'm really sad about that. I've been suffering with a double hernia in my low back myself for the last year. That was actually the main reason why I couldn't make it into the Lucky Larsen last summer. I was in the middle of the rehab. My beloved mom was helping me stand up because I couldn't stand up by myself, even if my ex-boss didn't believe I was fucked up. But yes, I was. I've been fighting with the rehab for a full year. Since I'm online, just let you know I'm not working for Sweet Trade anymore, so you don't need to shop there again. And yeah, I had to get it out of my chest. It just quite convenient at the moment. No, but being serious, I feel sorry for Christian because it's never fun to feel the pain, and it's definitely not fun when you get injured in the middle of a competition. We're gonna hope it's nothing serious. We're gonna hope it's just some tension in the back with perhaps the muscles, but hopefully it's nothing bad. No hernias, no real big injuries, especially when you are so far away from your home. Uh, it must not be fun. Also, Sweden is quite serious on prescriptions and medication, so unless he gets seen by a real doctor, it's going to be hard for him to get even an anti-inflammatory. Uh, Fortunately, I'm not a doctor, but I have a lot of medicine with me due to my medical conditions. Also, they gave me quite a few pills before I came up here. So I'm gonna ask him if he needs some anti-inflammatory or some painkillers. I'm like a walking pharmacy, so I'll take care of Christian as soon as I'm done talking. Uh, let's see. You guys are talking to me, so let me read. Lobo to me, the main benefit of swapping to sparing two hands instead of keeping it one hand is that you don't split your practice. I swapped to two hands 3 years ago, but kept one hand sparing for another year. Okay, so that means you now spare with two hands. Lobo to me, let me know. Um, one of the beginners of the two-handed revolution is Oscar Palermo. He bowls two hands, but he spares one hand. And Oscar is quite good at sparing, I would say. Um, Matt Jacks, yeah, what just happened to Christian Ascona? I just been trying to explain that he got stuck on the approach. He's bowling quite deep inside. It's not the first time I see somebody getting stuck between lanes 2 and 3. I'm pretty sure the staff are gonna really look into that tonight to make sure nothing happens again. Uh, Hopefully, it's gonna be something quick, a speedy recovery, perhaps a good night's sleep and a warm bath can relax his muscles, and Christian's gonna do better tomorrow. Joke thing actually, Christian Jonas did awesome with this pattern this year, and happy to see the 78D roll during the World Cup. This center is purple, as you know. This is bowling. Hope more will follow. Yes, I agree with you 100%. I would even say 10,000%. I believe when I'm going to be like that. I'm very honest with my opinions. I hide nothing. I just say what comes out of the bottom of my heart. I believe when I criticize the young kids today, especially their their lack of consistency on the sparring game. We see the young kids today missing a lot of single pins, especially in Europe. Two-handed bowlers, which is I would say 75% of the young bowlers. But I really don't blame them. I blame it on the circumstances. I blame it on the bowling they are forced to bowl on. Um, we don't see that many tough patterns anymore. We see pretty much the same type of conditions all over Europe over and over again. A lot of easy patterns, a lot of easy friction on the outside. We are tired of seeing these young bowlers grabbing urethane and just giving a lot of surface to it and just make it go harder and harder and harder. And they make 8, 9 strikes per game. So why would they worry if they miss one spare? They keep shooting 240. So I believe if we want to give them a better opportunity in the near future, if we want this younger generation to succeed, we definitely need them to bowl more patterns like the one we are bowling this week. We definitely want to put them into challenge. We want them to start learning to do more things than just grip the ball and give more reps and more speed. We want them to learn the same and master the same things we learned back in the day. Different hand positions, different not only roll forward and roll sideways, but be able to become weaker with the hand, let go of the ball a little sooner so you don't produce that many rep rate, grip it a little bit less, use the small fingers a little bit less so you don't give that many reps. Uh, Learn to bowl a little bit slower. It's so many things you can do in bowling, and perhaps I'm from a time where we had just a couple of balls and we were forced to do so many more things with just one or two balls. Now you just go to the bag and grab another one. But especially, as I said, we have seen so many events where the purple hammer is dominating and everything is about surface and hit it harder and surface and hit it harder. And oh my God, this is not. It's one of the things I've been telling down there in Barcelona and in Spain. What's going to happen if 5 years from now they suddenly decide to ban all those balls? This younger generation, they are not so patient. They spend a lot of time in the phone. They are used to this hyperactive uh, hyperactivity every hour, and we demand them to bowl for 6 hours. But if they do 240, 240, 240, they get used to that. As soon as they start bowling 180, 180, 180, and you don't let them use that ball, half of them are gonna retire. They're gonna be tired and gonna say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go do something else. I'm gonna go scroll my phone. Or, so I agree with you. We need more of these tough patterns. We need more of these puzzles to solve. And I'm sure maybe they will struggle for 3 or 6 months, but the sooner the better. Lobotomy, yep, started bowling at 33, swapped to two hands at 37, and both strike rate and spare rate has been steadily increasing. Well, that's cool. Congratulations. Now I'm 47, so it's a little bit too late for me to go to two hands. Even if Walter Reyes did it quite an older stage of his career, but there's only one Walter Ray. Even if I was joking before when I was good, I used to say, who's Walter Ray? But I perfectly know who's Walter Ray. I'm nowhere near Walter Ray, not even on my wettest dreams. So, but yeah, keep going, buddy. And if it's working well for you, why change? That's one of the things I tell my students all around the world, even those who I coach online and they are far away from Spain. Um, if there is something you do well, don't change it. You can add other tools into your game. You can learn different tricks. But if something is changing and you really feel like you master it, keep going. Uh, Now, Yoki, no purple. This pattern would have been purple fest if they were able to throw it. Yeah, kanske, maybe. Actually, the purple, it hooks almost from anywhere, so it doesn't really matter if you have to bolt that deep inside. It would probably work. And the benefit also is that the purple would have pushed the oil a little bit further down, so it would have created perhaps a little bit more of hold. So that would have also increased the scoring pace. I think that would have happened. What else do you tell me? I think two hands will dominate even more with reactive, like Jason did on PBA. It could be. It could be. I mean, Jason is also one of a kind, but we can see quite a few two-handed bowlers over there that are really, really good with reactive bowls, like Anthony Simonsen, Kyle Trapp, Ethan Fury. I mean, we see quite a few that can do pretty much. Ryan, obviously, if I don't mention Ryan, is not going to come back tomorrow. I'm just focusing on our basketball match. That's why I don't want to get him too happy. Otherwise, it's going to be a soft match, and we don't want to see that. We want to use the availables, and so you can say I'm too fat and old. I'm not that fat. I'm pretty skinny myself, but definitely too old. Um, I can shoot two hands, obviously, because I understand. I've been coaching for many, many years. I understand the timing. It's quite easy for me to change 4 steps, 5 steps, 6 steps, 3 steps. So the fact that I use two hands sometimes for explaining something to any of my students in terms of timing, obviously I can do it, but I have no speed. I have no speed, and when I try to speed up my legs to create some decent speed as a two-hander, I can see. I perhaps if I would practice a lot, but I don't think my couple of hernias would be very happy on me practicing a lot, especially two-handers. Would require a little bit more of a, uh, upper body movement, and maybe next life I bowl two hands. Maybe next life I keep my hair longer for a few more years than I did on this one, and but we can enjoy what the new generation is doing, and hopefully it's more of us who can start to do a little bit of force. Perhaps we should start doing a little bit of movement online to try to shake the chairs of those people in the committees who make such debatable decisions, to be polite. Uh, Earlier, before, I'm not going to mention names because that would be very impolite. But I had a message in my phone number. So obviously, is a bowler that I know from the past, is international bowler. He has quite a successful career. He was mentioning that he believes that the reason why European Federation has not forbidden the use of soft urethane due to the big amount of bowling balls they have been selling in the last few months. Well, I would say quite a few years, but they were kind of scared of what would happen if they. Okay, let's talk clear. We can talk clear. What would happen if they forbid the use of the purple hammer in Europe when they have been selling? For example, in Spain, we have maybe 5,000 bowlers and real bowlers with licenses. Maybe it's 2,000, and they sold maybe 500 purple hammers just in the last 6 months. So what would happen if all that people who just bought that ball, they tell them all of a sudden, no, this ball you cannot use anymore. Um, but I don't know. If you ask me, what they decided in Norway to just say, okay, European Federation, you can do whatever you want. We're gonna stick to our rule. That's very brave, and it proves how much they care about their children, how much they want them to perform well and to keep learning and improving. So you're awesome. Well, thank you very much, man. I tell myself every morning that in the mirror, so I feel pumped up for the rest of the day. um, We are on game three. It's so interesting everything we are talking about that I forgot to keep checking on the scores. We're gonna refresh pretty soon, and I'll let you know how is everything is going. In the meantime, I'm going to keep on answering. It seemed like speed is very dependent on personal biomechanics, and it's limited how much training can change it. I play with some that cannot get it above 25 kilometers per hour, and I can barely get it under 24. Uh, I guess speed is a little bit of a I wouldn't say energy. I would say it's a combination on the energy you have in the body, the flexibility you have in the body. When I was a little bit younger, it was very easy for me to generate a lot of seed. My spare shots are quite fast. When I spare, it's about 32, 33 kilometers per hour. But it's not that I walk much faster than I do on the strike shot. I do walk a little bit faster, but it's mostly because my backswing is a little bit higher and I use my arm muscles a little bit more than I do on the strike. Where I mostly try to let gravity take control of the ball. I let the ball move my arm on the strike shot instead of me moving the ball. That helps me be a lot more consistent on my aiming. But uh, when I try to bowl two hands, it feels like I need to do even more speed than when I do one hand, even if I shorten up my approach a lot. So it could be also my muscle memory. I've been bowling since I was. My mom says I started pushing the bowling ball before I could walk. So probably my muscle memory is too deep in the brain, and as soon as I try to aim, even if it's shooting two hands and I try to go a little bit faster, I simply cannot do it. Um, that's me and Ulf who did that in Norway. Oh, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. By the way, uh, next time you talk to Ulf, give him a huge hug from me. It's been ages I haven't seen him, and I only have beautiful memories about Ulfe. He was so kind to me when I was a baby boy. He was actually made, I could say, the most comfortable grip I ever had in my hand in a bowling ball. It was by Ulfe when he was working back in Frölunda Bowling in Göteborg at Mats Carlson Pro Shop, and he has always been so kind, uh, super talented, super smart person. I learn a lot from him, definitely. So please give him a super big hug from me. Lobo to me says it will be interesting to see how the 78D rule will be in Norway. I was about 90% purple 2 seasons ago, and I probably be 20% less urethane this season based on the look so far. I believe he meant it was, and it just skipped the T over there. It will be a lot of black hammers for some games, but after that, things will happen. Oh, thank you, buddy. Yeah, he's super smart, super kind, and I certainly hope we get the chance to meet again soon. It would be very fun to talk some bowling with him again. I always enjoyed a lot our bowling conversations. Ulfe is one of those people I will respect for the rest of my life, and I will be always be hungry to speak bowling with him and see the perspective of the game, see how he sees the game at the moment. So yeah, hopefully I can cross paths with him pretty soon. Okay, we are going to update the scores. The computer was busy with the waiting list. As I said a few minutes ago, if we put an extra squad 2 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, it would be probably be full as well. Maybe we could do like the crazy squad. um, Game 3 going on. David Gian Tomasi in lanes 5 and 6, 7 spare, 5 in a row. His score was not that high. Ben Robinson on 7 and 8, front 4, and now a 9. Mm-hmm. Jamie Hickey on Gibraltar started with the double, but now it's a couple of 9 misses. Okay, here we have the scores. Okay, that's quite good for Dan Agebo Östergaard. 705, 252, 224, 229. That's pretty decent. Tobias Bright from Denmark as well, 671, 210, 248, 213. United States, Eric Jones, 667, 199, 268, 200. Well, he made 199 and 200. Now it's time for the 260 again, if it goes on that pace. And he would be very happy if that would happen. Let me find Eric, just out of curiosity, because they are somewhere in the 4 or 5 frame. Eric Jones, I'm not going to say anything. Let's go for the next one on the list. Claes Hellström from Sweden, 644. Fifth position, AJ Johnson, 631. Andrew Hall, 616. Dennis Grunheit from Germany, 610. And Belgium, Kenzo Bogart with 603. Couple of young, talented guys right behind. Finland, Lucas Bananen, 598. Carl Eklund from Sweden, 589. A little bit lower than that, we find from Germany, Robin Phillips, 31 under, but at the moment he's got front 5 on lanes 17 and 18. On his same pair, we find Svavar Gudjonsson, double, 9 pair double. Okay, Lars Thorn, who's speaking? It's Luis from Barcelona. Get here in Hackforce again, and we will visit him together. Yeah, that would be something. Actually, that would be quite fun. I have to go down to Barcelona because of the next doctor appointment, but I will put it on my calendar. It would be very fun to spend some time with Ulf. Maybe he can teach me how to bowl to hands. It's never too late for. If I put myself in the hands of Ulfe, I believe I can do anything. So why not? Why not? Nick Reynolds, what happened to rubber balls? What do you mean? What happened? Why are they not in play on this event, or why are they getting banished in some federations and some others not? Well, rubber balls. Maybe he's talking about the 70s, 80s. There was because the next Lobo said they smell horrible. I remember when I was 13, 14, the first ball I ever drilled back in Barcelona, it was a ball that smelled really, really, really bad. It felt like you were doing something toxic. It's true story. The ball that when you were drilling that ball, and the dust, the dark dust, it was coming out of it. It would keep your hands like dark for a couple of days. Maybe he's referring to those older rubber balls. I'll leave that one to Yoki. You can answer that one. Okay, lane 17 and 18. Robin Phillips, front 6. Not good, not bad. I was going to say not good. No, yeah, very good actually. Not bad. So Norway just banned balls from 2013 and below 78 hardness. I love Norway. And they say you only have good salmon. No, you have a lot more than good salmon. The only thing the only thing I did not like about Norway, it was actually when I was living in Mora. Every time the air was blowing from Norway, I was freezing my balls like crazy. That was the only thing I really did not like from Norway. Oh, now we have the real man, the real boss in the bowling alley, Mr. Thomas Carlson. He's the best fucking chef in town. He's making my stomach fall in love. He keeps my stomach not only busy but happy. So it's we have people from all over the world, Thomas. So maybe they will call you from Hard Rock, Melbourne, or from the Caesar Palace at Las Vegas. You never know. So, but you have to come down to Barcelona. So whatever you do after Barcelona, it's up to you. But first, it's Barcelona. I really love you, guy. You're the best. Uh, yeah, back to what I was saying. The only thing I really hated about Norway is when you were sending those ugly clouds that made it so cold in Mura, and I was freezing. I had to put. You don't want to know how many layers I put on the first winter in in Mura. I couldn't walk. You remember that Michelin? You know the Michelin tires, the white guy. I looked like that one. When I was entering the bowling alley. See, I'm not the Thomas just went away, but I'm not the only one. Yoki says the same. Olympia have great food. Yes, it's in my career I bowled in, except in the Antarctica. I bowled in every continent. I bowled perhaps in, or I've been in bowling alleys. I would say nearly 100 countries. So many bowling alleys, and no one have I eaten as good as I do in Olympia. I'm talking to Jonathan, is my technical guy over on my right side. And earlier, before when I was eating that amazing pizza, I said to you, "Is there any bad dish on the menu?" Didn't I? I really have a lot of fun. Yoki says, "Well, Moray is cold on its own." Yeah, it may be, but every time I look at the weathercast and it happened to blow from Norway, I was freezing to death. Uh, you made me a man over there, I must say. I learned to go out into the snow in a t-shirt, -2 t-shirt. I mean, for a Barcelona guy to be at -2 on a t-shirt, that's Spanish biking. Yeah, that was my half Swedish blood pumping over there. Now, unfortunately, since I'm back in Barcelona, for example, last week when I arrived on Thursday, you guys have 15, 16 degrees, and I had underwear shirt, a long sleeve shirt, a sweater, a jacket, and how you call it, and a hat for my musse. So yeah, I looked like a clown. I looked like I was going out skiing. Everyone was on the shorts and t-shirt, and I was disguised like if I was going skiing. But in my defense, we had a terrible warm summer in Spain. It was way, way, way too hot. We had temperatures up to 30 degrees, even 5 o'clock in the morning. As soon as you switched off the air condition for 30 minutes, you went crazy. You had to turn it on again. So it was not an easy summer to survive down there. Okay, let me have a look. Scoring. AJ Johnson was 31 over. He's now bowling on 19 and 20. Triple, 9 spare, 9 spare, 7-2, and triple is gonna take his attempt on the 10th frame for a game of 244. I truly hope AJ goes on this squad. He's a very, very kind guy. Beyond any bowling skills and so, he really is a talented guy, and we wish he can do better, because I can see a little bit of frustration in his body language. And so let's see what he does on this 10th frame now. Lane 20, AJ Johnson. I look good. Oh, solid 10. And that was a really good shot. Yoki says, "Well, I think Sweden is called for most from Barcelona. Go to Daniel in Boden." Well, no, I'm not gonna go there. That's not even an option. That only the Penguins should be up there. You know, where Daniel, yeah, FIFA. Oh, no, no. He said they had 30 this year. That's but no global warming. Yeah? You go to the Penguin Land and they have 30 plus, and but no global warming. They have extreme global, no matter what. Lower to me, is telling me, Luis, the finals of Norwegian Open is next weekend, and Ulfe is likely to be there, along with a bunch of Swedes that bowl well. Carl Eklund, Martin Larsen, Nora, Torre. Oh, Torre again. I haven't seen Torre for quite a while as well. That would be a lot of fun. Next weekend. Well, I have a real serious appointment in the doctor on Tuesday. That one I cannot skip. I really need to get checked on a couple of things. But if everything goes well, I may think about it and give myself a happy celebration and just go up there. Matusevsky, how come you lived in Mora? Uh, they hired me to be the coach for the team over there. My beloved big brother that unfortunately left us a couple of years ago, Thomas Leandersson, he was coaching the team. But they had the dream to make it into the elite series in Sweden, which is the highest category in the national bowling league in Sweden. But Thomas, as a big name as he was busy with the pro shop and he had to attend a lot of coaching. And I had already been in Mora doing a few camps, a couple of summers. So they offered me that spot of becoming the head coach and to bowl for them. And Thomas was supposed to come once a month to kind of become the supervisor in a way, but unfortunately Thomas got sick with that brain tumor, and I had to do everything by myself. Uh, it was a very very wonderful time up there. They treat me so good. I made a bunch of friends. I still in touch with pretty much most of them. From the youngest ones to the oldest ones, it was a wonderful experience in my life. But on the other hand, the sad part of it is we lost Thomas, and it was quite sad over there. It was a big hole in my heart. On the positive side, if I had been in Barcelona, it would have been a lot harder to spend time with Thomas on that final year. The positive side is I could be by his side until the very end, and I tried to fulfill his dream to get Mora into the elite series, but then situation they lost a couple of sponsors. It wasn't that easy to spend the money on having a coach there, and I had to move back to Barcelona. But it's a city. It's gonna remain forever in my heart. There's a lot of talented kids over there, a lot of nice people, very, very nice people, very kind and very friendly. So, and they have, if you guys like skiing, they have what they call the Bassalopet. It's the town is about 20,000 people living in there. Excuse me. Oh yeah, was about to sneeze. My apologies. They have about 20,000 people living in Mora. That's the population, and 1 week per year they have that Bassalopet, which actually is a skiing long race of 90 kilometers. I learned on a documentary later on when I went back to Barcelona that those 90 kilometers they mimic the route that the first Swedish king was doing running away from Norway or something similar to that. But they there is like 90,000 people attending that race, and that city becomes not hectic, but it feels like the Fifth Avenue on New York on a busy day. It happened 1 week a year, the Basalopet, but it was unbelievable, and they are skiing in the middle of the town, and you can see so many people. It goes crazy. Okay, let's see. I have a Spanish message over here. Oscar, hola Luis, espero verte la semana que viene entrenando. Muy interesante lo que comentas, lo haces muy bien. Un abrazo, gracias Oscar, un abrazo grandote. Espero que estéis súper bien. Ya veis que es muy interesante todo lo que sucede en este torneo y espero que el año que viene más de uno os apuntéis vengáis a vivir la experiencia porque es algo único. I'm gonna translate for everyone else. I was saying hello to a friend back in Spain. He says he's hoping to see me training next week. He says it's very interesting everything we're talking about. Says I do it very well and sends me a hack. Obviously, you can see he's a friend of mine. He's only talking good about me, nothing bad. Um, I'm not sure I'm going to be training next week. As I said before, on Tuesday I have an important meeting with the doctor. But I'm really getting hungry to go back into the lanes after these days up here in Sweden, watching it. So many of my older friends. I miss being on the lanes with them, and also getting inspired by the younger ones. So hopefully the doctor is going to give me good news. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be able to bowl pretty soon. And perhaps next year, in between squats, while I'm not streaming, you can see me on the lanes. And instead of me making fun on everyone else, you can all make fun on me. I'm gonna have to buy a big, big dinner to Christian Jonas, so he puts a similar pattern as the one they had last year. Because as I said before, I'm the king of the gutter. If they put me out there, when Walter Ray is watching, I'm gonna make sure to look at the camera and says, "Hey, Walter Ray, this one goes for you." Who's Walter Ray? Ulfe says hi. That's pretty cool. As I said, I have only good memories about Ulfe, and I truly hope we get the chance to meet pretty soon again. Game 4 is over. We are about to start on game 5. I remember I said I was not going to go that long, but this is getting very fun. It's a lot of people talking and on the online, so I'm gonna keep on going. I still feel like I still have some energy. So in about 1 minute or 2 minutes maximum, we're gonna get the scores updated, and I'm gonna let you know how is everything going. Oh, funkar inte. Oh, it has to be done manual before they bowl. Mm. Was it very serious what he got? Okay. Hmm. Well, if he's walking, it shouldn't be that bad. While you guys were outside, I just said I know how tough it is to get a prescription here. But if you need some painkiller or something like that, I have some. Unfortunately, I'm a walk-in pharmacy. Okay, we have another question from Nick Rinaldi. Are most of these bowlers using 15 or 16 pounds? Well, that's a very good question. I would have to go one by one, but during all my career, even when I bowled a lot with many, many, many bowlers, I would say at least 3 out of 4 use 15 pounds. I have at least in my times, it wasn't that common to see people using 16 pounds. There is some people that is switching weights from time to time. I had the knowledge of some of them doing that, bowling both 15 and 16. I know some people bowling 15 and 14. Maybe Yoke, because Yoke, you are more active at the moment. You probably know if the younger ones are any. It should be 15 nowadays, right? Yeah, I believe so. I would say the majority of the bowlers are probably using 15. Glenn Tanner, what time in Easter time will the semi and finals be on TV and what station? Well, it's gonna be shown here for sure on this YouTube channel. We're gonna show absolutely everything. The final, is it the Swedish TV, Svensk TV, or I'm not really sure, but if you want to see all the action, this one is gonna go on for sure. We're gonna show absolutely every single frame of the event. And about times, I'm gonna let you know. We start 8 o'clock in the morning on Sunday, which is gonna be 2 a.m. Saturday to Sunday for you on the eastern coast. And it will go on for a little bit more than 12 hours. We have final step 1 at 8 o'clock, final step 2 at 10:50, final step 3 at 20 to 3, final step 4 half past 4 in the afternoon, semifinals 7:30 p.m. and finals 8:30. So if you want to sleep a little bit and skip some of that, I would say 6 hours. So if you wake up at some time to 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, you could catch the final step from final step 3 and on. Uh, if you don't sleep much because it's Saturday to Sunday and you stay awake from 2 a.m., you will have some action. Tomorrow is going to be also starting at 2 a.m. Eastern Time. We have 4 more squats to go. Okay, let's see what else we have. Yoki says they only use 16 black hammers for the double differential. It makes a lot of sense. And that's one of the reasons why I'm gonna try 14 pounds to use a higher RG on those damn dry lanes we have in the south of Europe. And probably to make sure I don't hurt my back again. But yeah, 400 grams isn't much of a difference. 15 to 14, maybe that would help me increase 1 kilometer per hour, maybe two. But mostly I'm gonna try for the higher RG. But yeah, I would say a lot of people uses 15. 16 is not that common. My pro shop down in Barcelona is not Spain is not a big country. We sell maybe 500 balls a year, and I think I sold two 16 pounds in the whole season, and it was for the same guy. Okay, we got some scores on game 4. Dan Agebo from Denmark, 893. Position number 2, also for Denmark, Tobias Bright, 870. AJ Johnson, number 3 with 850. Eric Jones, United States as well, 843. Number 5 is for Ben Robinson, 832. And at the moment we have up to 10 bowlers on par or better than that. Yeah, I'm hoping that 14 pounds is going to help me solve a few of the problems down there. Number one, a little bit less pressure on the couple of low hernias I have. Uh, small changes sometimes make a big difference. So I'm hoping that's going to be number one. Number two, probably gain 1 or 2 kilometers per hour, perhaps. And number 3, higher RG, so I keep a little bit of more energy down the pins as we bowl in quite dry patterns. And as I said before, the more I'm aging, the lower it seems to, the lower my speed seems to be on my bowling ball. So it's a few factors that decide me. I'm gonna drill a few of those. It's a shame because I have a couple of my favorite storm balls from my contract waiting for me to be drilled in 15 pounds. It's a couple of balls they don't release anymore. I saved Tour Dynamics and an Absolute, the original one, not the Absolute Power, but the first one. I have two brand new ones on a bowling bag waiting to be drilled. But if I feel good on 14 pounds, I'm gonna have to either sell those or wait 10 years until they become historical and somebody wants to buy them by a bigger amount of money. Yeah, speeds on the lane, it's slow down less on the lane. Yeah, and that would be very beneficial for me down there. So I'll keep you posted as soon as I give it a try. I'll let you know how it works. If my body responds well and I start to bowl a little bit more often, I'm gonna make sure to show up a little bit more often in Scandinavia. I'm gonna have a little bit of a easier schedule. I'm gonna be my own boss from now on. So I'm gonna decide whatever I do, when I go up, when I get down. Glenn Tanner, I get up 5 a.m. Thank you. Absolutely a pleasure to help you, buddy. It's gonna be fun to have you online with us. Any other questions you guys want to do? Go ahead. Um, Game 5, then we're going to have one last game. I just remind you that Game 5, Game 6 is going to be the turbo games, even if the score is not so high. If you manage to do a very high game on Game 5 and Game 6, it could gain you a spot in the finals. Top scores on turbo are now above 277, so it needs to go all the way to 279 or maybe even more than that, a 280 game. The current cut for the finals is 86 over, which means that the two Danish guys have a fair chance to overcome that. Even if the last game wasn't the highest for them, Dan Agebo shot 188 and Tobias shot 199. Tobias now bowling in lane 19 and 20. He has an open frame, spare, and a double. And Dan is now bowling on, let's see if I can find Dan, 17 and 18. So actually they are on the same camera. The two Danish guys on the lead at the moment are bowling on lane 17, 18, 19, and 20. Dan had an open frame and double. And Tobias just chopped the 4-7, chopped the 4. So it's on 85 on frame number 5, so 15 below par. Taboo, do you think are we going to see a 300 game on this tournament? It was pretty close on the previous cut, 289, but wow, this time is, I don't think so. To be honest, I don't think we're going to see a 300 game. Even the quality of the bowlers, it's superb. The pattern is very demanding, and mostly the changes are happening so fast. We had been having quite a few PBA bowlers on the streaming with us. We had Andrew Anderson, we had Frankie Lavoie, we had Ryan Barnes, we had a few bowlers of Team Sweden also with gold medals in World Championships. So people who really understand the game and they are professionals about this game. And that was the same. That was the same thing. All kept repeating is that all of a sudden the lane changes so quickly. You don't want to move like 2 boards. You have to move 4 or 5 boards, and you need to do drastic movements. So I don't know. Maybe we have the luck to see 1 or 2 of them. I'm usually optimistic, but we had a stat from earlier today. It said 4,620 games played so far. No 300s, no 290s, and just one game of 289. It can happen, but we will see. Yoki is positive. He says, yes, we will at least 2. So maybe I'm going to lose another bet. I'm going to lose the, the prediction to the cut. I was super optimistic. I said 150 over, but that was day 1 of competition. As the game went on and I saw how quickly the transition was becoming, how quickly the lanes were burning out, I wanted to change my mind, even if I didn't change that score. But I guess now I'm going on the opposite way. Now, instead of being super optimistic about the 300s, I don't find it that easy to happen. Did it say the combined average of all those games? No, not really, but Lobo to me sent some stats yesterday about the game by game, and it was around the 180 something. I believe the lowest score was 183 on game 4, unless I'm wrong. And the highest game of the 6, I remember it was somewhere around 187. So the combined average of the whole event below 190 on every single game. So now 20 minutes over 11 p.m. I started doing this streaming today at 9 in the morning. Tomorrow we're gonna start even sooner. The cameras will be on first squad as soon as 8 o'clock in the morning. That is, well, the cameras will be on a little bit sooner. The streaming is gonna begin a little bit sooner. The squad begins at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's gonna be uh, another long day in the office. It's 4 more squats tomorrow. We're starting at 8 instead of 9, so the last squat doesn't end so late because, as I said before, the final will be on Sunday starting at 8 o'clock in the morning as well. So what I'm telling you is that cameras will carry on, but as soon as this game finishes, I'm going to say goodbye and good night, everybody. I need to go home, take a hot shower, have a little bit of food, take my medication, and have a little bit of a rest because it's 2 more long days to go, and I want to keep my energy high. I want to thank again everybody who is watching online and communicating with us. Everything is a lot funnier when you guys are being part of the show. Oh, I see there's one more question by Jort van Hueren. And I guess the highest game was game one. Oh, now you got me there. I really don't remember. Lobo to me is telling us that from the first 22 squats, the average was 185.2. Um, yeah, 3 more frames for some of the guys, 4 or 5 people who's doing okay. We have Andrew Hall with a double and a triple. We have Yannick Ross with a double and a triple, both of them on lanes 7 and 8. Our 2 leaders, as we said before, they are bowling on 17, 18, and 19 and 20. Dan Osegard, open frame triple, 7 spare split. And Tobias, open frame spare double, open frame spare strike. AJ Johnson was sitting with 50 over. Let me see where AJ is and how is it doing. I've lost AJ. And that's why I was telling you guys, I think it's time for me to go to bed. I don't see anymore. Yeah, AJ Johnson, lanes 3 and 4. Spare strike, spare, double. He's still alive, he's still fighting, and I'm gonna root for him. And even if I say I would like to go to bed early, I think my bowling love is gonna make me open the laptop as soon as I get out of the shower and see what the guys did at the end of the squad. Um, but I'm gonna say goodbye now. I think it's time for me to go and hit the bed one more time. Thank you everybody who's been there. We ask you to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're not subscribed already. It's 100% free. It costs absolutely nothing. And the reason why we are asking you quite often is because the more you are subscribed, the better the algorithm is going to treat us, and it's a lot easier to keep the content 100% free. It's not only about this PBA event, but we will keep broadcasting a lot of stuff during the season. Every single PBA regional is going to be shown on this channel, PBA Regional Sweden. They will show a little bit of Swedish League. You see, I'm gone already. The Red Bull is down on the ankles. But thank you, everybody. Thank you for being so cooperative and talking with us. I truly appreciate everybody who's been talking to us. Yoke, good night. Good night, everybody. Buenas noches. Bonsoir. Bonne nuit. And I'll be back in the morning, hopefully a little bit more fresh than I am now. Enjoy the rest of the day. And one last time, thank you. Good night, people.